Hey, sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes. Great win today for the Texas Longhorns as they beat the Michigan Wolverines in the big house in Ann Arbor, Michigan, 31 to 12. I know a lot of people probably felt like this was going to be the outcome of the game, but I did not. I thought it was going to be a much more physical game played by Michigan to where this game was going to be close. I thought that Michigan was going to be able to run the football a lot more effectively early in the game than they did. And it just was not happening. And Texas took advantage of the opportunities that they were given, and they took advantage of the opportunity of going against a quarterback with very little experience. And they came out to prevail 31 to 12 over the Michigan Wolverines. Quinn Ewers, in my opinion, played lights out. He played like a veteran quarterback is supposed to play. Whenever there was opportunity for Texas to get points on the board, he did not force anything. He made sure that he played within the system and he played like a veteran quarterback, throwing the ball away when he needed to and making plays with his legs when he needed to. He played an exceptional game and probably put himself definitely in the top three in the Heisman race. He was 24 of 36 for 246 yards and three touchdowns. He played exceptionally well in this game. The offensive line played exceptionally well in this game. And in an earlier video, I talked about could Texas force those defensive tackles, Mason Graham and Mr. Grant, could they make them play a lot of plays that they're not used to playing? And Texas did that in the first half and forced those guys to have to go on the sideline. And that's when Texas was able to run the ball very effectively and scored on a touchdown with Jarrett Gibson in that second quarter. That was Texas's game plan all along, was to make those guys have to run sideline to sideline so that they could get them on the sideline so they could run the ball more effectively between the tackles, and they were able to do that. Texas's offensive line played exceptionally well, except for those four penalties by Big Cam Williams, his first year as a starter at the right tackle position. Three false starts, and one holding call that might have been suspect. But the referees called it, and that took a touchdown away from Texas to DeAndre Moore in the end zone on that second drive of the game. It might have been the first drive of the game, first or second drive of the game. So Texas played exceptionally well defensively. They got two interceptions and one fumble recovery. Almost had another fumble recovery, but the referees called it an incomplete pass, which it was an incomplete pass. But the defense played lights out. They were able to nullify Michigan's run game in the first half to make that a lopsided game because they knew that their quarterback wasn't going to be able to make the throws that he needed to make in that first half, where Texas was able to build a lead 24 to 3 at the halftime. I was very, very impressed with the way Steve Sarkisian coached offensively, and I was very impressed the way that PK coached the defense. That one high safety has been the difference for Texas in these first two games. Teams are going to have to figure out how they can move the ball through the air with this one high safety, especially when you got a shutdown corner in Malik Muhammad on one side and a very capable shutdown corner on the other side in Jahdae Barron. And their safeties are legit. They're able to stop guys from being able to pass all over the field on them. And they showed that today, especially in the first half of this game against Michigan. They really gave that young starting quarterback. Even though he's an older player, he hasn't played a lot of football, and they really had him confused out there, and was able to make some plays defensively to even frustrate that quarterback even more, uh, Davis Warren. That game was so good that Texas got a commitment from a flip from Florida State and Myron Charles, a defensive lineman that committed to Florida State earlier this summer, and we thought we was going to have a chance to get him, but he decided he was going to flip from Florida State and come to the Texas Longhorns. And that player's name again is Myron Charles, and we're glad that he decided to flip to Texas because we're on the up and up. Anytime you have a team that has lost 2 games in a row, there's a chance that a lot of those players are going to decide to go elsewhere, and that's you're probably going to see that happen a lot with players that have committed to Florida and Florida State, because they just don't see those programs going in the right direction. Who knows what might happen? I hate to say that about Florida and Florida State, and forgive me, fans, but that's how that thing works. You got to be on the up and up for guys of Myron Charles caliber to want to stay at your university. But I just wanted to jump on real quick and talk about that game today. I'm excited about the video we made earlier with me, Level Up Sports, and Kevin Go Blue. We were able to get a video in earlier doing some predictions on some of the games today. And so far, we've had some pretty good predictions, except for maybe that Texas and Michigan game. I think Level Up Sports, he really picked it, Texas winning by 14 or more points. So he was the only one that was correct on that one. But I'm glad I got to jump on. Please share the videos. Please subscribe to the videos. Please hit the like button. And as always, hook 'em.